Hi guys, it's Shannon. I thought I would do maybe a small series of videos that are about quick beauty tips and tricks that I have and that I've found work for me over the many years that I've been wearing makeup. So I don't know how many of these I'll do. I don't know how many real tips that I can give you that kind of everybody doesn't already know. But I have a couple that I can think of off the top of my head. So let me know what you think about this idea and what you think about this type of video. I'm happy to do more. I may do a couple. Or if you have any beauty tips that you really like, post them down in the comment section. Or let me know. You could do a video response too about your tips and tricks. That would be great. I would love those. So anyway, just let me know what you think about it. My first tip and trick that I would recommend to folks when they're doing their makeup is to actually do your eyebrows before you do the rest of your eye makeup. And you might be thinking, you're crazy, that's not the order that it goes in. You always do your eye makeup and then, you know, eyeliner and lashes and mascara and eyebrows, you know, towards the end. But the reason that I say to do this is a couple reasons. First of all, the big trend for this decade, seems like every decade has kind of an eye makeup trend. In this particular decade, the trend has been to use a highlight color, you know, right below the brow, the eyebrow on the brow bone. And to use that light color right below the brow line and then kind of blend it down a little bit for a, you know, a highlight shade. The reason that I say, at least in my mind, that it makes sense to do your brows first is because especially after you've either been sleeping or you've just washed your face or you've moisturized, you know, your brows tend to be pointing in all different directions. So if you think about it, you know, these brows along the edge are going to be kind of all askew until you've actually brushed through them. Well, if you're using the bottom line of those brows as your guide for where to put your highlight color and then blending down, if you do that first and then later go and put your brow color in, fill in the brows, and then comb them up, once you've combed all these kind of up and out, you've now increased by just a small amount, but you've increased the amount of brow bone that is available there, because those little hairs that were facing every which way before are now going to be smoothed out and, you know, going up and outwards. So you've now got an even more defined line there to start with to put your highlight color underneath. It also just saves you from getting any of that shadow color into your brows later, especially if you have longer brows. But for most people, that's not going to be an issue. Now, obviously, if you're doing makeup for Halloween, this is going to be completely irrelevant. This is not for you. If you really like to make a statement with your makeup and you do, you know, very avant-garde style makeup, you know, or drag style makeup, or if you're doing, you know, if you're covering your brows, this tip is not for you. This is for the everyday woman who's doing the 5 or 10 minute face, you know, for her everyday work. This is for the girl who is, you know, just learning about makeup, but is kind of doing more of a full face. This is just, you know, an everyday tip. Is it really hugely important? No, I don't think so. But in my mind, it just makes more sense to do it in that order. I think it's just more beneficial. There's also another reason why I, in particular, prefer to do it that way. I haven't always done it this way. I always did it the way everybody else does it, which is the other way around. Usually I would do my brows last after I'd done mascara and everything. The reason I started doing it this way is because once I hit about age 29, I found that I have psoriasis. And psoriasis tends to, have an onset later in life for most people. Some people can get it, the symptoms younger, but most people don't find out that they have issues until a little bit later in life. So for me, it was about age 29. And whenever I eat something that I shouldn't, that causes me to react, I tend to peel. Psoriasis causes your skin to kind of peel and flake for most people and itch in areas. And on my face, I tend to get a little bit right here and here on my brows, and I get a little patch right here, at least for now. So if I've eaten something I shouldn't have, and I'm starting to flake, what psoriasis does is it causes you to shed, to create skin faster than the average person. We normally create a layer of skin about once a month, every 28, 30-ish days, something like that. Well, for somebody with psoriasis, that process is increased immensely. We create new skin, as quick as sometimes even 48 hours. And so when that is happening, the old skin doesn't shed the way that it's supposed to. It doesn't have time to actually die off before it's being pushed out by all this new skin that's being created at an extremely rapid rate. And so because of that, it causes it to kind of, flake off. The same way if you got a sunburn and your skin is kind of peeling and flaking, it's kind of similar to that. So what was happening is, I would sometimes get where I was kind of peeling a little bit here in these sections. And for me, even if I wash my face and I scrub that all off and I, get all of that skin and those flakes off, I tend to produce the skin so fast, I have the reaction so quickly, that even if I do that, that literally by the time I'm done blow drying my hair and I've put all of my makeup on, by the time I get to doing my eyebrows, I have a whole nother layer of skin that is ready to flake off. And so what was happening to me is I was doing my makeup, I was doing my eye makeup, I was doing my mascara, then I was going back and doing my brows. So I would fill in my brows, and then when I would go over it with a brow brush, the brow brush was taking off, those little flakes of the skin. And so, I might have a piece that would drop and maybe get stuck in my lashes. So I was, always like kind of trying to get these little pieces every now and then out. And that was kind of making me crazy, because the whole skin flaking thing makes me crazy anyway, so I try to eat things that I don't react to. But, gotta have pizza every now and then. So, anyway, this was happening, and I thought, hello, genius, just do your brows first. So you get all that brushing out of the way, you can get any flakage that you might be dealing with off. And then you can go back and do your eye makeup and your mascara. And then your brows are actually shaped so that as you're trying to figure out how you want your eyeshadow to shape and how you want to shape your eyes, the brows are already done and set. So they actually form as a guide to see where, if I'm doing a U shape, how does it fit with the shape of my brows? My brows are already done, and that's the most defining feature on your face, really. So why not get that done first and use it as a guide? Okay, so tell me what you think about that. It may be important to you. It may not be important to you. Maybe that's beneficial. Anybody who has psoriasis and is suffering, if you guys want to leave any comments about what you're going through, or if this is beneficial to you in that way, or if you have questions about food and how you might be reacting to food, I'm happy to discuss that as well. But I just think it's a great overall makeup tip anyway. So I hope you like this. Let me know if you want more of them. Subscribe, rate me 5 stars, leave me nice comments, and I may do a couple more of these in the next few weeks. I don't know how much I have to tell you, but we'll see. So if you have any ideas, if you have any quick tips, I'd love to hear them too. Have a nice day.